this game will be going up on my YouTube channel. I mentioned to press record. We got Turf War Reactor. Next is going to be Uplink Reactor, and then finally Occupy Reactor if we get there. So we got I'm Dank on Titan, Paco on Jug, Joe Sloppy on Enforcer, and Skell Mimi on Vanguard. And then with Coulter Harrier, we saw on Gunslinger, Jerry on Enforcer, and Gnarly Duck on Wraith. And already it looks like Breakers kind of lacking on kill, or Law's kind of lacking on kills. They got Paco holding his ground really well on B, and that's really what you should do as a Jug, which is really nice to see. But luckily Uisal was able to stall long enough to get the rest of the team onto the point, which is something I think that a gunslinger shouldn't be doing, but it's what he's doing. Somebody probably should have tried to finish off Uisal as he was so low. I mean, looks like Coulter is really trying hard to attack Skelly here. What's going on, guys? What's going on? I'll be solo casting this game, sadly, but oh, we got an Coulter ulting on the point. Point B finally taken by Law. I think it was contested for about close to a minute there. That was a crazy contest. And then he tags Paco. Honestly, I feel like Paco's definitely going to be one of the he's definitely one of the more backbone-y players on their team here. So I haven't seen c-137 play yet, so this is the first time I've seen them play. This is the first time they played in boss battle, so I'm wondering how they're going to compete. They're already contesting A. Let's see who's over here at A. I'm Dank playing Assassin instead of Titan now. He's trying to contest A, but couldn't do it. He got outnumbered pretty hard there. So let's see here. 4-2 score line. That's the second round in a row that Law has taken 2 points in a row. Coulter going 4-0, dominating on kills. We saw going 5-1, also dominating pretty hard. We got a double Jug. That's not supposed to happen, but guess it happens. I'll fix that later. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Right now Paco is clearly doing the best on kills as a Juggernaut. He's a very solid Juggernaut. Gnarly's doing better than he's done in the past. He was kind of lacking over on Sunday's games. So let's watch him for a little bit. One of the older Wraiths that came back for boss battles, which is really nice to see happen. Coulter going 7-0 now, being a dominant force on the Law team. Uisal tried to ult, but Skelly Mimi's a pretty solid Wraith. She's got a lot of experience in the game. I'm surprised she's not doing as well.
How many matches today?
3, 2, 1.
Okay, sorry about that. We only have this one game today, sadly, because other teams were not able to show up. I'd like to see if we could fit one more game in, but my team's not available. You know, quite a few teams aren't available today. People are just busy. These are the 2 teams. This was kind of a improvised match. There was supposed to be 2 today. So that's why this match is a bit later. Looks like Paco might be trying to push A, which is pretty, honestly, it's a pretty solid idea. He's a good Jug. He knows what he's doing. So let's watch him for a little bit here. He knows when to wall, and that's what, see, as you guys can see, that was a great wall by Paco. He knows when to 3-hit combos. He knows what to do. Very solid Jug, and if you're trying to play Jug, I would say definitely watch him. Watch one of those experienced Jugs, but they took their attention off of C. Gnarly Duck on C is probably going to take it, though a really tough push that could have worked if they had somebody staying back on C, which they did not have, and that's honestly the worst part about it. So we got I'm Dank 1-8, Skell and Mimi also 1-8, Paco 5-3, Joe Sloppy 0-9. So currently it's looking kind of ugly for the Breakers. C-137 just isn't doing well on DPS and kills. constantly getting out damaged, constantly dying. We see it a lot here. We've seen Skelly swap a lot. Looks like they're just trying to find what they're comfortable with. And this is a pretty, oh, looks like they might get 2 caps here. They tried to push A because they realized that B was just not a good point. And Paco getting really quickly, just trying to contest A to try and stall long enough for his team to get there. That's a great pullback, great pullback. He knew when to pull out there. That was really nice. Because a lot of jugs, they don't know when they're supposed to pull out and when they're supposed to tank. Paco is definitely one of the people that knows when to pull out and when to tank. So let's see what's going on with Joe Sloppy over here. He's kind of struggling. He swapped a lot. I don't think he knows what to play, which happens. You know, people don't know what to play sometimes, and that looks like the case here. He looks a bit inaccurate. That was a good shot off against Coulthard, who's a very fast Harrier. So if you can land shots on him, that's good. Gnarly Duck gets killed. What's Gnarly Duck going? 5-3. Jerry GTA 11-1. Coulthard 12-1. Ubisoft 8-4. 2-10. 0-12. 7-4 and 1-10 for Breakers. So it's looking kind of one-sided right now. C-137 is definitely kind of struggling here. But maybe with uplink, something that's a little bit less damage oriented, something that's a bit more objective oriented. You know, people like Skelamimi who can play Battle Medic. I feel that will actually help a lot. That she should have played Battle Medic this round. That might have helped them a little bit because right now they're just dying too quick. Their deaths are really high. Paco's got a low amount of deaths and a high amount of kills. That's because he's a very skilled juggernaut. He knows what to do. So let's watch Jerry for a little bit. Haven't really gotten to highlight him a little bit. So Law might take the victory here pretty hard. They're really just shutting down every attempt that Breakers have to try and take B, to try and take A, because this open point over here with B is just such a tough point to contest whenever you're going against people like, you know, some of the best DPS players in the game. You got Jerry, Coulthard, and we saw some really good DPS players, some really accurate players, and it's really hard when you have all that open space to kind of escape their really quick tracking, their ability. Paco trying to fend off the Hounds, could not stop it, I don't think. He gets shut down, sadly. Looks like someone's trying to contest. I believe that was Skelamimi, who's still playing Wraith. Trying hard to contest, but trying to also conserve her jumps. Which, actually, she wins that fight, but she should have tried to take the point. She shouldn't be contesting B over here, because all they have to do is flank around and take C. I get what she's doing here. It's because of the score point. This is match point. But that was kind of a silly move, because now they can take C so easily, as you see. That looks like they're just trying to just fend them off. They're trying to contest, which is very, very wise. They're trying to run out this game, trying to just stop them from taking points, but they can't take a single point, and they could not contest, and that's going to be game. Going to Law, 16-7 scoreline, pretty brutal. That was quick, one-sided. You know, you can kind of tell who's going to win based on that first cap, based on the first stretch, that first quite a bit actually.
Hey Caster, should I bother re-downloading this game?
I would say yes. I would definitely say yes, because you know, you have games like this that are struggling, but the more people you can get into these competitive leagues, the better. And depending on, yeah, I would say re-download it. If you're on PC, that's a different story, but PS4, yeah, re-download it. We could really use some new players, or new competitive players, I should say. So our next, I believe, check here. So we got Occupy, or not Occupy, Uplink, same map. So this is gonna be interesting because, come on, with Occupy, you can't really rely completely on DPS. You gotta be, or Uplink, my fault. You gotta be more reliant on, you know, objective and knowing when to grab the ball, when to get on the point, when to contest, how long to contest, how to get the shields down. It's a lot of tacticality here, especially in competitive level like this. So without further ado, let's jump into round 2 of this game. I honestly believe that this will go to c-137 because Skelly, Paco are just some really good objective players. Paco is definitely a really solid objective
Wow, I've
player.
never seen Skelly go 4-1-5 before.
Yeah, it was kind of ugly. That was a tough match. This is a tough map to play. Okay, Skelly's on Battle Medic. That's better. She was playing Wraith, which is alright. So sorry, I had a notification, so I couldn't read. We got I'm Dank on Assassin, which I believe that's what he tried to play. Paco on Jug, Skelly on Medic, Joe Sloppy Harrier. Let's see, Jerry Enforcer, Cooltar Harrier, Gnarly Duck Wraith, Uisol, Gunslinger. So they're not switching up their lineups here, which is wise. It's something that since it's working and it's been working for the past few games they played, I don't see a reason to switch. I think the only time this lineup struggled was against Johnny's team, the Sheepbag crew. I believe that was Sunday. Oh, Breakers took it. Jerry. It gets stopped by I believe that was Paco Supreme, which is really nice. I'm Dank tries to take it. I don't think he could put it. Oh no, my bad. Paco took it. So let's see here. I believe I can't see the bases, so I believe that yes, that is their base. I'm still adjusting to stuff like that. Haven't played the game in a while. Still trying to get into the competitive scene. I'm Dank is able to finish off Cooltar, but Joe Sloppy definitely helped with that kill there. Gnarly Duck trying to play a bit of perimeter.
ILL get back to you for a new competitive player.
That would be great. That would be really nice if we can get just a bit more competitive players, especially for next season, which is next season is there's not going to be the vet policy anymore. This season there was a veteran policy to make sure that new players were able to play. That's not going to be a thing next season, so you can have as many vets as you want. You can have a stack of 4, but it's probably going to remain 4v4. We're still working out things like that. But so let's see here. I've been watching Gnarly Duck too long. Let's watch Cooltar for a little bit. Definitely one of the superior Harriers on console. He's got his ult ready. Cooltar is definitely an upper tier DPS, I would say. That was a really bad ult. That was a awful ult, because with that ult you need a high ground like this. You need to have a high ground. You need to be able to see the map. You need to be able to move around a bit. You can't do it in a doorway. It's not a smart move to do with that ult. Ubisoft going 4-0. Let's see what he's got here. So Law is definitely doing better on kills. I mean, they're not doing good on kills, but they're a lot better than what they were. Kills were really low last round, especially with people like I think Joe Sloppy didn't get a single kill last round, but which is nice because now he's getting kills, he's getting assists, and that's what they need. They need more damage. They need to be more accurate. I'm definitely seeing a lot of accuracy problems, and it looks like they're not coordinated. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like there's no coordination. It looks like they haven't practiced, especially with their movements. And it looks like they don't really coordinate much on pushes.
Cooltar, aka Moonboots, aka Lizard Bro, aka Foe of the Air.
Exactly. Cooltar is definitely Moonboots. He's definitely, get out of the air. If you hear that, let me be light, or let there be light. I don't know what the other Harrier sayings are, but if you hear that ult cry, oh, I'm Dank tried, but as you can see, he kind of gets snagged with the grapple he could learn from the good old Johnny Westside. See, I'm gonna light you up. Those ult calls, you definitely want to get out of the way, especially if you know Cooltar's on the other team. It's definitely a scary call because he knows when to pop those ults. He has very good ult awareness. Let's watch Skelly for a little bit. Oh, okay, that's a 1-0 scoreline. I believe Law has it charged about to 10%. Uplink into their base, and they can just hold it for a little bit. It will help a lot. Skelly needs to play more objective. I feel like she's not on it enough. Joe Sloppy is definitely... Oh, Paco playing Enforcer. I have never seen Paco play Enforcer, but he doesn't look like he's that bad at it. So let's see how this works. Joe Sloppy trying to play Jug. He's doing what he can at tanking, I believe, because he just died, and I watched him die from a distance. Once again, Skell and Mimi is definitely a high objective player, very high tier
the
objective
stream
player.
lag is killing me.
Oh, the stream lag? Let's see here. Is it a delay or is it actual lag? Oh, Skell and Mimi switched to Vanguard. Don't know why she made that decision. That's a poor decision in my book, because quite honestly, if you're gonna pull off Battle Medic, you need to have at least a Harrier, because especially in a 4v4 scenario where they're out DPSing you, they're out killing you. You really need that Battle Medic, or at least a heavy tank. Well, they have a Jug, and it looks like Joe Sloppy's doing a bit better now that he has that Jug. But I still don't think it's gonna be enough. I think they need that healer. They need at least the Harrier. Joe Sloppy, okay, there's another one of those ults I was talking about. But he put up his wall just a bit too late. He probably should have put it up way earlier. Honestly, right as he heard the "I'm gonna light you up," he probably should have popped it. But that's not something he did. Jerry GTA, my fault, playing Enforcer over here. He's definitely, once again, another really good Enforcer. One of the upper tier Enforcers in the game. At least as far as I'm concerned, there's not a lot of Enforcers remaining. A lot of Enforcers left with 1.4, and a lot of Enforcers changed. He's not on the point, though. I don't think he needs to be on the point, which is good. I think he needs to be playing perimeter, which is what he's doing. But I still think he should be close to the point. He was pretty far off the point there. He probably could have helped contest, because now that's percentage that they've lost. That's percentage they're not going to get back. And he falls, sadly. Somebody took it. I couldn't see who. I'm Dank takes it, playing Enforcer. So hopefully they can defend it, because they're doing really good on defense. Like, really solid on defense. Skell Mimi's got her ult ready. 5 and 10, not doing so good, because that's a pretty good team. This might be score. Skelly is EMP'd and could not ult, could not pulsar, which with two classes you could not be EMP'd with, and that is Vanguard and Wraith. If you get EMP'd, you're done, because those classes rely so heavily on movement. They rely so heavily on your movement abilities, on your actual abilities. That's 1-1 scoreline with, I believe, 11%, somewhere around that with the Breakers, meaning that they just have to hold it for a little bit in order to get that advantage. But they already have the advantage. But they did hold that very well, the Law team. Joe Sloppy trying to grab some heals when he should be on the point, even though he was really low. That's where a Battle Medic comes in handy. They took that quick. That was very surprising. It looks like Coultar's team is losing a bit of their coordination. Maybe their callouts aren't as quality. They're doing something different, you can tell, because now they're lacking. It doesn't look like they're doing as good in kills. Joe Sloppy, really good wall there I saw in the corner of my eye. He appears to be a pretty good Jug, even though I haven't seen him play, except for today. I see some ults ready. Oh, there's a double Enforcer, I believe, which I thought I fixed that. Maybe I didn't. Coultar is getting chased pretty hard over here by the Enforcers, and Skell and Mimi, who is really just trying to finish her off, or him off. Just shoot him once. Come on, come on. Yeah, there we go. Coultar falls. It's always nice to see someone like Coultar have some competition or have someone chase him, because he's definitely a good chaser. Wow, that was a tactic I haven't seen in a while, is that that boost. And wow, Law has a big advantage here. Definitely looks like Joe Sloppy on Jug might have been a better move, and then Paco on Enforcer. I feel like that might have been a better move, because it looks like he's doing better with tanking. Paco is definitely more of an attacking Jug. There's Hounds, more ults, trying to shut down that ult. That's a very good push. He should have armored up, I feel. Maybe he shouldn't have. I couldn't tell if he took damage there. But that was a very good move to push that ult and get in front of him, because if you can get a Jug to stand in front of that ult, if you've ever ulted with Harrier and a Jug just jumps in front of you and just tanks it all, it's the most heartbreaking thing in the world. That's a very good defense over here with offense, my fault, with Joe Sloppy. He seems to be very, very good at the Juggernaut class, which you don't see a lot of Jugs now these days. Some really, really good pushes, some good defense on the Law side. They are just holding it really good, which is nice because you know, you don't usually see comebacks in Uplink, especially in a competitive level. But it looks like they might make a comeback here, even though they were struggling really hard in that Turf War match. So let's see, 5 seconds till score. So let's see if they can do it. But there is a pretty close team wipe on both sides. It's going to be tough. Oh, it's going to be close. That was really close. If they could stop him, they might be, yeah, they might be able to get it here because they have spawn advantage right on the uplink. Which, if they can get it and pull it in, they have a few seconds left on that timer. They just need to keep it uncontested, and they score 2-1 scoreline. Breakers have a slight advantage on percentage, but it's not enough to where you can decide that they're going to be able to score unless they hold it really, really well for a few minutes. Maybe not a few minutes, but quite a good amount of seconds like the Law did. Joe Sloppy taking it. Skelly tried to fight him off, but the out damage. Paco, I hope Paco isn't pushing in. He pushes in and gets a double kill with his ult. That was really nice. Cooltar playing Enforcer. I did not see him switch off there, which honestly I do not feel was a good move. He should be playing Harrier. He should be playing the fast-paced action. Let's see what do we got here. Some emotes in the chat. Too bad my text-to-speech does not register emotes. That would be amazing. Law once again is holding it, and now that advantage is pretty much gone for the Breakers. As not only does the Law have a percent advantage, but there's also a head and scoreline with 2-1, which is really, really nice. Because I really wanted to see the Law win. I wanted to see the Law make a comeback. I want to see round 3. Because this is the only game we're playing today. Oh, somebody switched to Titan. Uisol switched to Titan and tried to ult there, but could not do it. Let's see here. So Cooltar getting chased down pretty hard by Skelly, tries to pull back. Definitely, he's probably kind of regretting that switch. I would, by far, because he doesn't have the self-heals. He doesn't have the self-fuel, so he's running out of fuel. He's running out of health really quickly, and he can't heal himself. Because the way you play Harrier, or he plays Harrier, is a bit more aggressive. It's because he knows he can fall back and heal and recharge whenever he needs. When does next Boss League season? I'm not sure about Boss Leagues. My guess would probably be, I guess it depends on when they decide to make an announcement. Because right now it's pretty dead silent from Boss Key. But for Boss Battles, week 2 is going to start next week. And then after that we have playoffs. And then we're going to take, after playoffs there's going to be finals. We're going to give out the prize. And then after we give out the prize, there's probably going to be like a little bit of kind of a period of planning. And then we'll go into Season 2. So probably within the next month and a half, Boss Battles Season 2 will start. And like I said, without the vet rule, we hope to bring back a little bit more because, you know, teams that have been playing since day 1 might be able to come back because now they're going to be able to team up with everyone. So, Law takes it again, and Skelly's just trying to fight off, which is really, really smart to do as Vanguard pulls Cooltar's focus off and kills him too. That was very nice. We got a Titan ult. Let's see what he's going to do with this. I would assume he's going to push in pretty hard. Oh, there's Hounds, and that's a double kill. Another one with Paco and that deadly Enforcer ult. Paco going 25 and 19, making a huge comeback. Skelemimi also making a huge comeback, just barely going negative. I'm Dank also making a huge comeback. We got a lot of comebacks on the Law side. And then on the Breaker side, we have some people struggling. It looks like Cooltar struggling a bit since he switched. Uisol seems to be doing fine. Jerry seems to be struggling a bit. And then Gnarly Duck, he seems to be struggling a bit as well. More Hounds on the play, and I want to see this score. I want to see this happen. Skelemimi trying very, very hard to play defense, but gets shut down by Jerry GTA, who had a huge health advantage, as well with a bit of an ammo advantage, and that's going to clear out the Breakers off the defensive side. the offensive side, but they sever it, stopping the process, which is they need those extra seconds, they need that time. I'm Dank with the Titan ult ready whenever he needs it. He should honestly pop it really soon and just step in front of them and make sure that they stay off of it, and that's gonna be score. That's gonna game for round 2. Wow, that was a lot of talking for that last little bit. 3-1 scoreline to finish it off. Very, very nice. Very nice. I should make sure that there is single roll limit. That was my fault, but it looks like the Breakers also did the same tactic of a double enforcer. So I don't want to call too much, but I'm going to fix that right away. So next one is going to be Occupy. And Occupy is going to be the tiebreaker. And I'm loving this. I'm loving to see Coulter get contested. I thought Coulter's team would be crazy stacked, because when I played against a few of them, it was crazy. It was stacked. Watching them go against Johnny
This
and still
match was much better.
That was a great match. I'm not gonna lie. So let's fix that roll limit. I guess I forgot to switch it. That might have been my fault. So let's see here. Oh, here we go. Yes, I forgot to turn it off. That was my fault. So now here we go with Occupy. Is going to be the final tiebreaker. So who do you guys think is going to win this one? That was a close match. I don't know, because Occupy kind of bridges the gap between objective and DPS, as well with tank. And I feel that with both these teams, you know, c-137 is definitely a better objective team. Meanwhile, Moon Booties, they're definitely a more attack and DPS oriented. So let's see how this goes with round 3. Final round. Let's see who wins. This is the first round 3 in Boss Battles history. So I'm ready to see how this is. Alright, it's taking a bit to load. Here we go. Round 3, the tiebreaker, match point, overtime. This is 4th quarter. Need to see.
Prepare
So,
for combat. 5,
here we go.
4, 3, 2.
Alright, so we got GTA on Forcer, Gnarly Duck on Medic. That's interesting. A double tank, which is very, very smart for these Occupy scenarios. But also, pretty much the exact same loadout on the Breaker side, but they are not
Paco is a
pushing
boot
as
tank,
aggressive.
But Coulter is coming along with his jug, so this one might be close.
Paco is definitely a good jug. But like you said, Paco is not playing jug currently. So it's going to be Joe Sloppy is going to be trying to contest Coulter on jug, which I believe Coulter is definitely a better jug. Yui Salt seems to be doing good on Titan. But Paco playing Enforcer, he was doing really good. Really good on Enforcer earlier. I'm Dank with 2 kills already. Trying his best. We got already a medic ult by Gnarly Duck, which is really fast. Skelemimi seems to be struggling a bit on heals. I'm seeing a lot of low health. Oh, maybe not. Just trying to get damage as well. This is close already. Breakers have an 8-7 scoreline lead, which is kind of interesting because usually somebody dominates that first zone or no one dominates at all, which is kind of what happened here. It was more back and forth with the dominations. Oh, Coulter with a great jug play. I personally think that Ubisoft might try to hold his ult here, but let's see. I would like to see. Oh, I'm Dank pushes in with the Titans. Coulter trying to just keep him off of it, which he's doing very good job at it. Kind of low on health, and Gnarly Duck's not there giving heals. He does not appear to be good with giving heals. Maybe he is, and I'm just not paying enough attention. They're really trying to get those shields down. They're really trying to flank. Paco pushing in with Enforcer with the shotgun, and a double kill by Skelemimi with the ult that's going to give them the point, maybe. It's going to be very close. Jerry trying to contest, but he's probably going to die here to Joe Sloppy, and the jugged wall, which was a very poor wall, but still gets locked down to just get a few extra points, which is what they need. They need to make sure they have those extra points. They need to get those seconds on the clock. They need to stop Law from scoring, and that's the whole goal. And Gnarly Duck with a kind of poor decision on that ult. but a good decision to heal Jug there, because Jug was sitting in the front.
Zone spawn.
Jug keeps trying to wall off the front, which honestly, on this map, I prefer to wall off the back, unless I know they're coming from the front, but he knew they were coming from the front, so that, I guess that's a good side. And Breakers take it, because somebody pulled off to try and get some heals, which is honestly why you should have a better battle medic, or someone who knows what they're doing at battle medic. Gnarly Duck trying to contest this Titan with some damage, but he could not do it. Alright, and Law takes back the point, 30-38 scoreline with quite a bit of contesting, quite a bit of back and forth. Holding the point, Jerry GTA just really locking down the DPS, which is what he needs to do as an enforcer. So let's see what Coultar's doing here. He definitely is doing a bit more on tanks, you can tell. This is going to be a good point for the first Jug onto the point, or the Jug that can stand on the point the longest. Because especially if they can keep walling off that entrance, it's definitely going to be a lockdown. Oh, good hounds to try and stop, and good pushes in to get Coultar out of there, which is what they need to do. They need to flush the Jug out of there. Joe Sloppy trying to contest, but there is a Titan ult and an Enforcer ult that stop him. I personally think Paco needs to go on Jug, and Joe Sloppy probably needs to play something else, but he looks comfortable with Jug. He looks like he knows what he's doing. He's definitely playing way more on tank and objective than I think Paco would, but Paco would definitely be doing good on kills, which they need to make sure that they get kills, but they're doing very good on contesting, which honestly needs to happen. Is he needs to be a bit more balanced. Joe Sloppy's just definitely too objective oriented, while Paco is pretty balanced. I'm Dank is also kind of the same way, but he's a little bit more balanced. He needs to be taking down those Jug shields. He needs to stop reloading when the Jug shields go up, and he needs to just put all of his rockets. He needs to use his crisper. He needs to pulverize the walls, because people are going to be hiding behind them. He needs to get those walls down. He needs to use his high damage, and especially his high direct damage, to try and lock down those shields and get them out of the way, because right now the shields are just destroying the coordination and attacks of the Breakers. And Jerry with the, of course, higher health pool, I believe. Law is dominating, 84-38 scoreline currently. 87-38 scoreline. Some ults ready. Everyone on the Breakers team has their ult ready, which clearly shows that they've been holding them too long. Or my fault, the Law team. It looks like that as soon as Breakers get their ult, they're using them, which they need to hold them a little bit, but they don't need to hold them as long as it looks like the Joe Sloppy should have tried to kill Jerry there. He was reloading like he didn't see him, and that probably could have stopped them from getting onto the point. But right now, we got somebody who switched to Assassin. I believe it was, let's see, it was I'm Dank who switched to Assassin. Paco on Titan, which I believe he feels much more comfortable as a tanky kind of player. He's a tank player, but he's a very good rocket there. As a Titan, you need to know when to use rockets, when to use pulverize, and when to use your crisper, which is something a lot of beginners Titans don't seem to know when to use what. I personally am still working on that, when I'm supposed to use the rockets, when I'm supposed to detonate them, stuff like that. It's kind of tough. And then if you think of the battle medic as kind of a dumbed down version, which you kind of, because it's pretty much the same. You know, you got a close range secondary, which is supposed to kind of finish off enemies, and then you got an explosive AoE, pretty high damage primary. So yeah. Let's see, I've been watching Skill maybe too long. Let's go Gnarly Duck for a little bit, see some other battle medic gameplay. He appears to be doing a little bit better on healing. It looks like he just got off a few drones, but he should have pulled back earlier. He's trying to contest. I like that. But right now the Breakers are just really dominating, or at least it looks like they're doing a lot better on kills. They tend to switch their lineup, and that's helping a lot. is the unpredictableness, because especially because Joe Sloppy, he seems to be a pretty flex player, so he's going to constantly be switching. And they got a lot of points off on that one zone. I believe they got probably about 30 to 40 points off with that one zone, which is really, really nice. Hounds to try and take out Paco, who's clearly being a very disruptive force for really nice rocket and pulverize. That was very, very nice by Paco. Let's see what Joe Sloppy has with the Vanguard. Vanguard is definitely a more DPS oriented and accuracy oriented class, sort of like the Enforcer, sort of like Harrier, which is kind of what that's kind of what Vanguard is, with the speed, but the kind of reliance on abilities that Harrier has, but the tracking and the secondaries, and or not secondary, but like kind of pushy and distance related attack that the Enforcer has. Meanwhile, Coulthard looks like he's just trying to tank, but he's playing attack and tank, which makes him very good ult. That was a good ult to pop. It may not have been getting him a lot of kills, but that's pushing in. That's getting the point. That's stopping Coulthard probably. Very nice rockets. Very, very nice. Paco is definitely a really decent Titan. I didn't think of it that way. Really, they're just struggling on getting into the point. Once they get onto the point, they're very good with defense. They're keeping Coulthard relatively off the point. They know when to DPS. They know when to focus. They know where they're coming from. They know when to pop ults. It's really, really nice. And you don't see that a whole lot. They stopped that ult really nicely. That could have been really ugly. But like I said, they're just struggling on getting into the point. They're holding really nicely. They're keeping defense very nicely, but they're just not getting into the point. But once they do, they get a lot of points. Especially with this point down here. I feel like especially with Coulthard sitting in there, they've had some struggles of getting in there. Looks like Paco, that's a really good 3-hit combo, really deadly. But like I said, kind of struggling on getting into the point, which is clearly something that's happening. Coulthard with kind of bad wall there. He's trying to get heals, you can tell. He's really just trying to tank. Paco trying to get in there, trying to get some DPS off. While there's an ult that might actually kill Coulthard. That does kill Coulthard. That was a very nice ult. Got the frenzy kill, and then also killing Coulthard. But the thing is, they're waiting too long to do stuff like that. They're waiting too long to have a coordinated push. So by the time they actually get onto the point, they only have like 10-15 seconds on it. And they need more than 10-15 seconds at a time. They need double digit, and they need like probably even a full hold, maybe even 30 seconds of a hold time. Coulthard trying to contest Titan with damage. That's a very, very poor decision. Titan's a very heavy damage oriented class, as well with being able to tank a lot of Juggernaut's abilities, so it's definitely a poor decision to do that. Breakers holding the point pretty good here. Joe trying to get some heals, which is pretty clever, but he probably should have called for the battle medic, who came a little bit later. Really just trying to keep Coulthard out of it. If they can keep Coulthard out of the point, I feel, there's a good ult by Titan, but he gets pushed back by Paco, who is a very solid Titan at the moment. He's on his own, and that's going to stop him, but luckily they got a lot of points off. They got about 20 to 25 points off, which, like I said, if they can do that every time, they can easily win this. They can easily do better, but they really need to keep ult awareness. Right now, like I said, it looks like they're using their ults a bit too often. They have spawn advantage on this point, so they should all be on this point. Good wall by Joe Sloppy, but it's a little bit too far to the left. And he probably should have walled off somewhere where he could actually wall off movement, instead of just somewhere where he could wall off a bit of damage. Kind of like how Coulthard's been doing. He shouldn't be chasing Gnarly Duck. He should be on the point. He should be armoring up. He shouldn't have walled Coulthard there either, because he could have finished him if he just didn't wall him off. That was a very stupid wall. That was a waste of a wall that he could have used to wall off a point. Skell made me pulling back to Vanguard, which is not something that she's been doing very good at today, it looks like. This is a very, very back and forth game. Both teams are contesting. Both teams are getting on the point. It looks like the Breakers catch up, but then the Law just holds it for a really long time and makes that lead even further. It's because they're taking too long.
This match could go either way, RN.
It really could. It's too close to tell. I believe that if Law makes it to 180 before Breakers make it to 140, then it will be Law. But yeah, even then it's still kind of iffy because both teams have such a good composition right now. It's just, can they execute it? That's really what they need to focus on. Mimi should have honestly stayed on Battle Medic. That would have helped way more than her Vanguard, because I personally feel that she's not a good enough Vanguard to be playing Vanguard at a competitive level. Very good try on the ult, but she probably should have tried to save that. They're trying to hold it. They stopped them from getting to 180, which is, like I said, if they could stop them from getting to 180 before they can get to 140, I feel like this will be a very, very close match. Let's see here. It's close. This match really can go either way. I'm Dank trying Gunslinger. I'm not agreeing with that. That's not very good for this map, especially on this map with Occupy. That would be that you could pull off maybe that with Blitzball, maybe not Blitzball. You might be able to pull that off with something like you know, Uplink, where you can rely a bit more on kind of sitting back and being a bit passive. But you really need the aggressiveness, and it looks like Law is just being really aggressive. Some really good walls to block out some ults. Paco's almost got his ult, so if they can just stall for a little bit, Paco can get his ult and push in. Breakers take the point, and some ults by I'm Dank to try and keep the Law off the point. Some good walls by Breakers. That's the first, like, actually great wall I've seen. They're trying to Juggernaut jumping in, but get stopped by I'm Dank, who's actually, you need to take down that wall, Jug, because y'all need to get onto that point as soon as possible, because you guys are waiting too long. You're you cannot give up at that many seconds like you guys have been doing. Breakers just giving up too much time. Paco should ult from behind here. That will be great if he can ult from behind. Go like now. That's gonna be game, guys. Law's gonna take that. That was close. But Law takes the victory there. Cool Tar and the Moon Booties. That was close. That was interesting. I really thought that